Well, it's that time once again where Wargaming has posted an 8.0 sneak peek trailer of the newest update coming into World of Tanks Blitz. And oh boy, is this a massive update. I would be inclined to say that this is the biggest update ever to release in World of Tanks Blitz. And because of that, I'm very excited and privileged to be telling you guys about it in today's video. So, if you enjoyed today's video, and you want to see more like it, more information like this, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below, as it helps out the channel a crazy amount. But before we even get into the video, right on the main page, you can see here that we've got three vehicles. We've got the Mark 6 Yo, the Tier 10 autoloading heavy tank. We've got the Tier 9, which I don't remember the name of, and the Tier 8, which I also don't remember the name of, but all three of these are autoloading tech tree vehicles, and this will be the new line coming into World of Tanks Blitz in Update 8.0. So that's already pretty big, as usually it's quite rare for a new line to come into the game, but that is the first of many informations to come. And pause. This is where we got some big boy stuff coming into the game. Now, I am going to mute the audio just so I can speak while it's playing, and as well, so if there's any music, it doesn't mess with copyright infringement, and I'm not able to show you the video in certain countries. But nonetheless, the first thing we have highlighted is dynamic suspension. Now, this is something I've been wanting for so long. I don't really care too much about the next one, which is Pbr Tank Models. Like, it's going to be great to have much more detailed tank models, but dynamic suspension is way more up there on my list, because I hate the fact when you drive forwards and backwards, the tank, like, just goes through the ground half the time and it kind of shifts. I don't like that. Dynamic suspension, well, you're going to see what dynamic suspension does. Pbr tank models are much better modeled tanks, so HD models. Now, I'm not sure if that's only for the new Yo, or that's going to be for every single tier 10 through 1 in the game. We're going to have to find out, because that's obviously a lot of effort if they wanted to change every single tank to a different format. Then we've got American heavy tanks, which of course we already know about, the Battle Pass, and Blitz's birthday. So let's start off with dynamic suspension. Now, this is where I'm very excited. Look at the dynamic suspension. It's freaking epic. Now, one thing I will say is you're looking at the Pbr tank model right now. It honestly doesn't look that amazing. Also, that rock that they're zoomed in on there, I was looking at that. It's really not that fantastic. But one thing I am very excited for is the dynamic suspension. Now, one thing I do want to check really quick there. What is this? Is this anything special? No, it doesn't look like I see anything there yet. Do we see anything in these pictures? Doesn't look like anything. Camera 2, camera 3, no. Okay, I'm guessing this is some sort of sneak peek, but what I currently see now isn't anything that I would know too much of. So now we go to Pbr tank models. Now this is where you can see the massive difference in quality from the normal tank model to a Pbr. It's quite a bit more. Just look at how much better the graphics look. It's way better. And that's something I'm very excited to see as well coming into the game. Just look at that. It's actually fantastic. It takes what isn't an HD model and makes it look like it almost comes out of World of Tanks PC. So yeah, something I'm very excited about. We can see here when the tank drives through water, the tank has water on it, and the tracks get wet. So that's something that's also very cool looking. Now moving up next, we have the line. We've got the Mark 7 Yo, the Mark 3 Yo, the Mark 5 Yo, and the Mark 6 Yo. And all of them, to what I'm aware, are autoloaders. The Tier 9 just looks really funky. Let me know what you guys think about this whole line in Blitz. As I've said many times, I think it's ambitious, but I don't like the idea of it. I think that these tanks are going to be overpowered. And, well, at least in the current iteration, the Tier 10 is overpowered. And as we always know, the Tier 9 is usually better than the Tier 10. So this Tier 9, yeah, I'm really not excited to see if it's going to be OP. But if it is, yeah, this line might change the entire comp setup for World of Tanks Blitz. We don't know if these vehicles are getting super speed boost because they're not super fast right now. I'm very inclined to see how the line does come out into the game. There's a detailed view of the whole line. There's the Tier 7. Very weird looking for the Tier 7, as you can see. Kind of like a rear-turreted AMX, but turned American and heavy. The Tier 8 as well, very honestly, the whole line is very funky. The tier 8's looking funky. The tier 10, that is the legendary camouflage coming for the vehicle. I think that's what I guess it is. Kind of ugly in my opinion. And then of course we have the tier 9. Now, I really don't know what to say. Like, look how weird the tier 9's turret is. It's something that I don't know. Look at it. It's just so weird. I don't know. I just don't think these tanks really fit into the World of Tanks Blitz aspect, but let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Next up, the Battle Pass. Now, this is, of course, the same as always. We've got the gold, we've got blah, blah, blah. But there is a bit of news, because we are able to see the vehicle that is coming out in the Battle Pass. It's usually stage 35, but I don't really know where that stage would be positioned here, so let's see if we can find it. There it is. That's about stage 35. Yep, 37, 36, 35. There it is. So at stage 35, we have the new Battle Pass tank, which is the, I don't remember what it's called. Maybe the Lightning or something like that. But it's the Stritzwagen 74. It's the collector variant. So that's what we'll be seeing this Battle Pass. As always, seems to be about the same rewards as always. You get your gold, you get all that stuff. So blah, blah, blah. Battle Pass doesn't seem like anything special, but finally we have the World of Tanks Blitz birthday. Now over here we got, looks like a Tiger 2 and an IS-3, so nothing special there. But do we have anything special here? Well, we've got the Y5 Firefly, the ELC BIS, and as well the Y5 T34. We've also got the P43 Anniversary, which is World 6, not World 6, but Year 6. We've also got Days of Premium. We've got the Avatar, the original Avatar from the other events. So, yeah, we got that stuff. We've also got containers. I'm not sure what those containers contain. Maybe camouflages. We've also got a Tier 5 vehicle, which you can get your hands on. Looks like a Panzer 4, maybe a Panzer 5. And finally, the Coons Panzer. This is a vehicle that I'm very excited for. Kind of looks like a Type 62 Dragon statistically. And honestly, I can break into the statistics. We'll look at the stats just to show you what it is. But it looks like a Type 62 Dragon statistically, just a little bit different. So stay tuned, as Wargaming says. Very, very excited for this update to come out into World of Tanks Blitz. It's got to be one of the best updates we've seen in a while. So let's go over to Blitzhanger and take a look on what does the Coons Panzer look like? Where is it? Tankenstein. There it is, the Coons Panzer. So, statistically, you can see the DPM is a little poor, 2290. It's not the best for Tier 8 Light, but penetration is way up there at 160. Average damage of 225 is pretty nice as well. It's got a 90mm, of course. And the heat penetration, woo mama, 235. And when you're putting on Cali, 260. Yeah, that's not going to struggle whatsoever cutting through frontal armor at all. The HE actually has very, very good penetration at 60mm. That means that you're easily going to rip into enemy opponents, especially lights, pretty nicely. So overall, I think that the gun on the vehicle, while it does suffer a little bit in the DPM, still is not bad, and it's got as well pretty decent aiming time at 1.9 seconds. Dispersion 0.326. It's meh. Like, it's not great, but it's also not terrible. The dispersion factors on the move, though, those are terrible. Yeah. 0.15, 0.15, and 0.08, they could be a lot better, so that's one thing I'm not looking forward to, but again, could be worse. Gun depression, 10 degrees, pretty dang solid. Elevation, 15 degrees, not bad. So you can see that's pretty solid. The tank goes 70 forward, 70. That's incredibly quick, and 23 in reverse. And even though this vehicle isn't at the best power-to-weight ratio of 25.71, the fact that it has such a high top speed still means that it can achieve very, very high mobility as it is. And as well, it's got fantastic camouflage at 33.5% while moving, and still, as it is a light tank and it carries both the same attributes. But, yeah, armor be like burr, because armor not exist, even completely hull down. The upper plate is 145mm. The lower plate is 78, which means SU-152, Smasher. Yeah, they're going to rip into the lower plate of this vehicle. The turret has no armor. The sides have no armor. The rear has no armor. Overall, it's no armor. It looks like it has armor, but it doesn't. So, I actually think this is a very well-balanced vehicle statistically, and this is the first time I think I've actually gone over the stats. So, overall, very excited for the whole line to come into Blitz. I'm excited for this vehicle, which is what they showed, to be maybe the 7th tier vehicle. Maybe next year they'll bring a tier 8 to the game. That would be pretty sick, but hopefully all of you enjoyed today's video. If you learned something, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below. But other than that, stay happy, stay healthy, and I'll be seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye.